Hey everyone, this is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. In today's episode, we will be reviewing the 2025 Matchbox Moving Parts Mix D or Mix 4, whichever way we want to put it. And with regards to availability, these were pretty available, and I was able to score them myself from local stores. The Mix C and the Mix E, which were the previous and the set after this, right? So those were, pretty sporadic in their distribution. But this one, thankfully, I was able to find all of them, at my local stores. With regards to the mix, there's like 6 castings in this mix with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of these being recolors, and only one of these 5 being a new model for 2025. All right, so that's the Land Rover Defender 130. So as you can see, 6 models: a Porsche 356A, a Bizarrini 5300 GT Corsa Revival, a 2023 Nissan Ariya, a Land Rover Defender 130, a 2022 Mini Cooper SE, and a 1956 Morris Minor. So without further delay, let's dive right in. Okay, I'm not gonna be going in any specific order, but as always, I usually keep the best for the last. So I'll save the new model for the last. So at number 1 is the Bizarrini 5300 GT Corsa Revival. Now, I think we have seen this model at least like twice in the past, I think. So I definitely remember one release in red. So I was not able to get to that casting, else I would have brought it for show and tell. So with regards to the engine, not too simple, not too sophisticated, kind of like an execution. All right, but the opening part, as you can see, as you can also see in the card art, is the hood. All right, so that's the opening part. So pretty cool. Nice. I think, even with recolors, it would be nice to see models with different opening parts, but I think that kind of like makes it difficult for the manufacturer because it's like a completely different tooling. But I was kind of like pondering on the point of the mix of new versus old models or recolors in this mix. And, new is to, old is just like 1:5, which is, pretty low. I would expect a more healthy ratio in order to keep this series very collectible. At number 2, we have Porsche 356A. So circling back to what I said, yes, I think keeping a healthy ratio of new cars versus recolors would preserve the collectability of this particular series. They are definitely, beautiful executions at that price point. But kind of like what happens is when there's like repeats of previous castings, or recolors of previous castings, what I have seen in stores is they kind of like start to warm the pegs, and this prevents newer stock from being ordered, and boom, there's like some kind of like a stagnation, right? So that's where the thought of keeping a healthy mix between new and old models basically comes. So as you can see, the moving part is the hatch here. Okay, so you open the hatch to reveal a beautiful engine and beautiful Porsche lettering there. There's something about an 1800 or something like that, but I'm not able to read it. But pretty cool level of detail for that price point. Now I think these kind of like retail for $3, maybe $3.50. So it's good value for that money, the detail that you get. Okay, all right, we will set that one there. At number 3, we have the 1956 Morris Minor. Now, when I bumped into this model at the store, I didn't even pick it up. I said, "Hey, I think I have that model," only to realize that this was actually a recolor, and this was its first appearance in the Moving Parts series. And I think this particular casting may have made its debut in the 70th year celebrations of Matchbox. But back then, it was not this convertible. I think it was a more closed Morris Minor salon kind of a model. All right, so these two definitely make a nice pair. All right, so I just like brought this casting from a previous release for show and tell. All right, so there we have the 1956 Morris Minor. All right, and up next we have the 2022 Mini Cooper SE. Now, even though it's a recolor, it's quite hell of a recolor because, you know, I will say it, and somebody should correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, this is like the British racing green, isn't it? So you know, it says Mini EV. So I don't know. It says Mini EV, but actually on the you know, on the packaging it only says SC. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like the electric version of the car. And you would think so, because with regards to the engine, there's like not a lot of detail. So I'm not sure if the 2022 Mini Cooper SE is actually an electric vehicle. Okay, and I brought its company car from possibly last year. All right, so like I said, these cars, once you start kind of like picking up the pieces, all the colors, you know, it's very addictive, because you know you're creating a set, you're building a small family of cars there, right? So it becomes very addictive. Yeah, some dirt there. Let me just get it off. Okay, cool. So there we have the 2020 Mini Cooper SE. Let me set it right there. And up next we have a 2023 Nissan Ariya. Now, this also is a casting which made its debut last year, 2024. And the opening part is the hood. But I'm not... Okay. Yeah, success. All right, I was able to prop up the hood. Nissan Ariya. Now, this car looks more electric than the 2022 Mini Cooper SE. But again, I'm not sure if this car is a hybrid or if it's like a completely electric car. So, and this is its, you know, companion piece from the previous year. There we have the 2023 Nissan Ariya. I will set this one there and this one here, because that's from the current assortment. And up next, we have the only new model in this mix, the Land Rover Defender 130. Now, when I say the only new model, yeah, I think I would still be correct, because this assortment has a chase. And I think that was the BMW CSL Racer car. But, you know, too bad. I mean, like, no matter how many assortments I kind of like hit first in stores, I never got lucky with that particular casting. So this particular assortment, which is like that Mix 4, Mix D, has a chase, which is the BMW CSL car, CSL 3.0 or something. I forgot the name of the casting. All right, so it says Matchbox Emergency Rescue, Land Rover Defender 130. As you can see, the moving part is the hood. I'm gonna try and open it. Okay, came pretty quickly. All right, so there we have not too many details, but you know, good details on the tail lights and the headlights, I guess, right? Land Rover symbol, and you know, it's got a whole bunch of props. I think that's a drone, right? So that's a drone for possibly for some aerial surveillance, and possibly what looked like a couple of fuel cans and some hiking sticks maybe, right? So pretty cool, all those extra lights and stuff like that. So a classic emergency rescue vehicle, Matchbox signage and everything. So that's the only new model in this assortment. So hopefully I might get lucky with the chase in this particular assortment someday. But yeah, so that's about the set. And with regards to, you know, my top favorites, obviously this one would be the top because of the level of execution and the fact that it's a new model, and followed by the Porsche and the Mini Cooper SE. All right. So all the rest of the models would tie up for number 4. What are your favorites? Share your thoughts in the comments. Till I meet you guys next time, this is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome. Bye, everyone.